you don't need to be attached. In case we haven't met yet, I'm jessxgoh. I'm the sole founder of Life in Confidence. And there is a message that I want to share with you that has helped me shifted my consciousness around attachment. And where does attachment come from? Definitely the egoic deficiencies within our inner child. So it comes down to not feeling safe in your environment, not feeling safe in your upbringing, and to not be able to trust the process of life because of these traumatic experiences. So we have the need to be in control, to dominate the conversation, to dominate the relationships, to dominate our environment and our home in order for your inner child to feel safe. And so if we're constantly engaging from a place of fear, that we fear the unknown, or we fear of being alone, or we fear that there isn't enough to go around, this is coming from a place of desperation, separation, that we are not connected to a higher source of infinite possibilities, miracles, and abundance. And what is needed is a shift in consciousness. That you are more than that. You are not your trauma. Yes, you've experienced certain traumatic timelines in your past, but it doesn't define who you are today. So when I listened to this podcast, I was listening to it because of this Taiwanese singer who was speaking in English, and he was sharing about his key message that he got from his mother that has really supported him in his music and acting career, and also in his personal life. And what she said to him was this: if it's meant for you, it's meant for you. It's yours to take. If it's not yours, it will go away. It will disappear or collapse. So there's no point of holding on to it. And that's exactly what life is about. It's so easy for us to get attached to a person when it comes to intimacy and romance, because our inner child wants to be loved and validated by the other person. And it can get very extreme where we're chasing that person and we become needy and create an enmeshed relationship with them that the other person didn't consent to because of this deficiency. And this is stemming from childhood trauma number 2, where there wasn't that emotional bonding with mother and possibly father as well, where you were neglected, abandoned, they weren't physically and emotionally present for you. And so this comes from a place of despair and desperation to hold on to this person so tight. And so it comes back to that message: if it's meant to be yours, it's yours. And that's how this has truly helped me to see my love life and my connection with men. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I'm not going to attach myself or idolize someone for it, or for the chemistry that I feel or the connection that I feel. I'm just going to put my trust in the universe that whoever's right for me will come for me, because I'm the chosen one, and so are you. because you and I are no different. We are just the same. We are all spirit living in this human body, going through a human experience. And that is the same with certain situations in our life and wanting that outcome. You know, if we're struggling with finances, or if we're struggling with an ex or an abusive relationship that hasn't ended yet, and we're wanting to have this problem resolved now, but we're doing that from a place of control, trying to control the situation, trying to control the person. You know, what are ways can I get more money to fix my financial situation? It's not really getting more money, although that does help, but that's not the root cause. The root cause is simply shifting a pattern, a behavior within yourself that is buying into an old program that you must struggle with money. And that is the same with abusive relationships and situations that you want to get out of. You know, I need to change this abusive person and control that person to stop contacting me, or I need to block that person, or I need to take him to court or her to court, whatever it is, right? But what is the pattern inside of you that's creating this? What is the wounded inner child telling you that is in fear of? And this comes back to childhood trauma number 5, right? Where you were brought up in a family dynamic in the home where you didn't feel safe because there was a lot of chaos going on, whether it was poverty and there was a lot of financial issues in your upbringing, where maybe the parents struggled to pay for the rent or the mortgage, or they went into bankruptcy, or perhaps you've witnessed a lot of domestic violence and sexual abuse, whether that's in your family dynamic or that was directed towards yourself. And so what happens is, if we don't feel safe in the midst of chaos, then we will find a way to control and dominate it, rather than letting go of being attached to how we can control things to make things better. What if you could just surrender and trust that whatever is meant to happen is meant to happen for you? That there is no point of resisting and fighting it, because you're just wasting your time and energy and possibly money. So what is meant to be yours is yours, and what isn't will collapse, fall away, and disappear. I remember speaking to a beautiful man in Japan, and he said to me that he listened to a podcast, and the message that he got out of it was, it's simply redirection, not rejection. And that's exactly that. Life is always showing you that what is not meant for you is a redirection. There is another way, not a rejection. And I like to see it that something's just not in alignment for you. It's not serving in your highest good. So it's showing you it's time to choose a different reality instead. It's time to choose you instead. So if you are truly struggling with shifting this behavior of mistrust, desperation, despair, loneliness, fear, scarcity, separation from spirit, and this sense of poverty consciousness that comes from a place of anxiety, I invite you to come and join me for my full moon inner child healing circle. And that is hosted on Zoom. If you're in Sydney and you would like to come to my place in Bondi Beach, you can also register an in-house experience with me. Simply click on the link below and it will bring you to a different page for you to book your spot, so you can start healing the fragments of the old versions of your inner child that is broken and lost, so we can start clearing up these energetic emotional blockages and patterns that's no longer serving you anymore. If you are in Sydney or planning to come to Sydney and you're ready to rewrite your history and break the patterns and chains of your ancestors by clearing and healing your maternal and paternal lineage and the dysfunctions of family dynamics, come and join me for my Ancestral Trauma Alchemy workshop. This will be my last one before I share my magic in Adelaide. So you can click on the link below to book your spot. And speaking of Adelaide, I'll be running 2 events there, and I'll be sharing my magic and my personal journey in healing my ancestral lineage at the Goodness Me Festival, which is a weekend wellness multi-sensory experience where there will be in-house yoga, chakra meditation, and kirtan, conscious music with DJs, breath work, cacao ceremonies, Ayurvedic workshops, and the list goes on and on and on. And I'll be presenting my ancestral karma cleansing activation there. So if you like to join me, click on the link below and you can book your ticket for this amazing festival. You can either book a ticket for Saturday or Sunday or for the whole weekend. So check out the details in the link below for that. And also the other event that I'm hosting in Adelaide is Transforming Trauma 2-day workshop. And that is all about healing and clearing your past life trauma, your childhood trauma, your ancestral trauma. There will be a lot of magic and shifts in that with family constellations, gestalt therapy, trauma release processes, star magic, light language, galactic healing, core energetics, bioenergetics, tai chi, body work. The list goes on and on and on for 2 days. So if you feel called to join me, both of these events in Adelaide are hosted at the Riverdale Spiritual Healing Centre in Hillier, South Australia. So if you'd like to learn more, please click on the link below and you'll get to register yourself. There's also an option for a 1-night stay accommodation at the Riverdale Spiritual Healing Centre if you're attending for my 2-day Transforming Trauma workshop. So that will make life easier for you to attend. So remember this message, my love. What's meant for you is for you. And what isn't, isn't. It's simply redirection, not rejection. If you got something out of this video, I would love for you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give this video a like. Comment below what you got out of this. And share it with your loved ones who are in need of this message. And may this message serves you for your highest good.